Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we are restoring the 72 Nova. Last episode we got our last couple episodes we got the whole ass end done, and then stripped down the metal, fixed all the body work, and in primer. It still needs to be sanded down with 180 and then reprimed, and then it'll be ready to paint. So we got the whole ass end done and half the roof. I still got this half to go over here. I wanted to show you a little bit of what I did on this roof here, where they join it from the factory with the lead. This has got a little bit of a wave right here. I'm going to put some body filler over here, straighten that out. Well, probably a little bit in here, just a little skim, and block it out. As you can see it better here. Here's the lead that the factory joins the quarter in the roof. Okay, this one here is pretty wavy too, and it had a bunch of old Bondo on. So what I use is this, use some self-etching primer. Okay, it's usually green. Now, this one here I bought with a defective, busted trigger. I put this other trigger on, but it still doesn't spray right. So if it sprays and drips, it's not me, it's the can. Okay, shake it up and put a little it's not spraying. Well, I'm gonna have to mess with that. Okay, that, and where it's joined up here too. So I'll get some of that sprayed on there. I've been working a little bit on these other cars here. I put a little segment about the coil springs. If you notice that Malibu is lowered in the back. I made a little clip. I'll save that to the end of the rear spring fiasco. Okay, did a little bit of work to the Corvette, but we'll save that for another time. Okay, so what we got left to strip down to the metal, do the body work and prime, are the two doors, two fenders, and the hood. So we got about half the car done so far. The majority of it, because there was a lot of rust on those wheel wells that we fixed. Okay, so I'm going to set you up here on my tripod so you can see what's going on. When I hit the grinder here, you can see there's Bondo here, so we know that it's actually straight, but we're going to grind it all out. I don't feel any dents. There's a little thing there. I don't feel any dents, but I know there's some Bondo. Here's for those moldings. So we're going to grind it all down the metal. Now this fender here, if you've been following along, this was all caved in. But when I had the front end apart, everything apart, I banged all this out and dollied out a little bit. But it's still a little bit. Yeah, it's not bad. I think it's probably a little high right in here. I'll have to tap that down a little bit. Anyway, we're going to grind all that out. I don't think, yeah, there might be, this rust might be coming up. The other side's a lot worse. The other side we got to put in a big patch. This one here maybe a little patch. Here's for these. Yeah, I had a dent here too that I banged out. These are for the aftermarket moldings. These two here for the Nova emblem. We're going to keep them. We're going to fill these ones in. Okay, this fender's probably going to be a lot worse than the door. Right up in here is all dented in. I don't think I beat that out. Somebody else, whoever owned it before me, did. So yeah, this is going to be all Bondo here. So anyway, I'm going to set you up in here in a minute, and I'm going to grind both them panels down to the metal. Oh, also, you got to dig all the old caulking and crap out of here. On both, I did it on the other side. There's a little bit there. Grind it out with a little screwdriver, and then take some sandpaper, 80 grit, get in there, sand it all out, and then use some rust neutralizer. And I don't think I'm going to re-caulk it, but you can if you want. Okay, so I'll be back in a second. I'll set you up and get my grinder ready, and we'll start grinding. Okay guys, I'm using this grinder here with the soft 24 grit like I've been using. Okay guys, as you can see, they've skimmed it all. Hopefully it's just door dings and stuff they skimmed over with Bondo. Pretty good sized dent right there though. That was a dent. But as you can see, they just Bondoed over the old paint, just like the roof. And that's no good. You gotta take off all that old paint crap. Okay, so I'm going to grind all this down to the metal just so it gets like this. And let me do this fender. Oh, the little tip was clogged up on that self-etching primer. So I put some little green stuff there. So what you want to do is put some self-etching over top that lead. And then you can put best to put a coat of regular primer over it, and then you can put a skim of body filler over that, and then block it all out. And then when you're done blocking it and got it straight, then if there's any lead showing, just put a little spray of that etching primer over it, then some regular primer like that, and you're done. You just don't want to. This primer here is probably okay to go over the lead, but I just didn't want to take a chance of it. Epoxy primer's good, but if you use just regular old primer, especially spray can, it won't stick to that lead. It'll just peel off and it'll ruin your paint job. So, little tip there. Okay, let me set you up here and we'll grind this fender, see what we got underneath that. Okay guys, this is what you want to do. You want to get her down, all the crap off of it. It had a bunch of surface rust like that. Dig into it, get all that out. And then, yeah, it looks like we might have to do a little patch here. I'm not sure. I may fill that in with that Dynaglass, but because all the back, if you haven't watched the beginning of this, I've had these fenders off, and at the back I've sanded it all down and rust pour 15'd it and everything. Just that right here there's a brace in there covering that. I got in behind it, but and I didn't want to fix it while it was off the fender, fix the front, because I wanted to line up here. Okay, so after you grind it, there are, like I said, there is some dents here, but this metal here, you want to take your DA sander with 80 grit and go over all, and you get all this, most of the grind marks out and all that. So let me get the rest of this old body filler here ground out, and this ground out, and I'll be back. Okay guys, we got this door and this fender all ground down. You can see there's all this Bondo dust here. Just, that's the stuff that didn't blow away. This, I don't know, it's pretty straight here. Got a little ding there, but this part here is the worst. In fact, I can bang that out some more. They just did a cave and pave on this part. I don't know what happened here. They banged it out somewhat, but I can bang it out a little bit more. All in here, this is a big dent, and down here's a big dent. So, and then this one here, like I said, it's right there, and all this area here. And I thought the fender was going to be the worst, but it ended up being the door is going to take a lot more work. And then ground down this corner here. So here's the DA with 80 grit, and you want to go over it actually after you do the body work. This is good enough to put the body filler on, and after you do the body filler and you come up to the metal that doesn't need it, like this. I was going to do this to show you what it looks like. Okay. As you can see, these are just very little small dings right there. There and there. There. A couple good sized little ones there. But anyway, after you do the body filler, you want the rest of the metal to look like this. Down with 80 grit. And put a couple of good coats of primer over it. And then the body work's done. It'll just have to be like the rest of this primer here, just sanded down and block sanded down and primed again, and it's ready to paint. Actually, this has got a dent right there. So anyway, let me bang out some of these dents on the door and I'll get started with the body filler. Okay guys, I've been working on this for a few hours. Out with the old Bondo and with the new. I smoothed this out with 80 and I didn't find any dents, so I don't know why they had all Bondo over here. Anyway, I popped these out with those rods there, got them from the inside and popped the dents out a little bit better than they were, and put some Bondo there. Been cheese grating some of it. I just went ahead and filled that bottom piece there with Dyna glass. I think it'll be alright. We're going to put a patch of metal. There's Kitty coming over to inspect. We're going to put a piece of metal on the other side. So I've been doing that and stripped the rest of this roof here. This is just a son of a bitch because it's just embedded in there. Just wouldn't come off. But anyway, got it all off and sprayed some rust neutralizer there. And as I showed you in the last video, it was all Bondo from here all the way, because it's all dented. It's dented here and it's pushed up here. I gotta bang some of these down. Somebody's up here dancing a jig up here or something. Anyway, there's a big dent there, there. I think I'm gonna have to pop some of these up a little bit, tap it around the high spots, and I don't know, it's not that bad. I mean, it'll need a little skim here, not as bad as they had it. And I got a little dent here. I think there's one over here too, right in here. So anyway, I'm gonna start fixing that too. So anyway, that's just an update. It's friggin' supposed to be 79 degrees today, but we're getting another cold front in coming in tomorrow afternoon. And I don't know, I guess I'll have to get some diesel fuel there and work in my garage, just because it's supposed to last like 2 or 3 days. It's supposed to be, I kept saying ice, so down in the 30s for the next couple of days. So anyway, I put the other cars over here, protect them from, in case there's hail. You know, we get a lot of hail up here in this area. I haven't really got any in the last 5-6 years, something like that, but you never know. When it hits, it can hit. And that's one of the main reasons for these carports, is for hail and just keep the rain and stuff off of them too. It don't keep the dust off of them, but it's mainly for hail, because I've been in the worst hailstorm in Arlington, Texas back in the early 90s, and it wiped out half the city. Half the cars and half the roofs of all houses were just totaled. And I was actually working at a body shop then, and I'd done non-stop hail jobs for over a year. So I know what they can do. It looks like that particular hailstorm looked like someone take a baseball bat to a car and they were just hammered. Most of the cars were all totaled. So anyway, it's always in the back of my mind. That's why I got these carports, because these cars are all insured, but I don't have them insured for a whole lot because I want to keep the premiums down through Haggerty. So anyway, they said the chance of hail tonight. A storm's supposed to come in after midnight, but the temperature's not supposed to drop till tomorrow afternoon. So anyway, it doesn't matter if it's now or, you know, March, April, May. It's usually when we get storms and hail. But like I said, I've been lucky last few years, haven't really caught any, but I mean, it's hailed, but no damage. Just little minor stuff. So this one here is unprotected, but I might be, it'd probably be too late, but I'm going to probably get 2 or 3 more carports, put them over in this area here somewhere, maybe, and maybe in a couple of months. But anyway, yeah, I have to get this ready. I'm going to work on it a couple more hours, and I'll get it ready to pull inside here and work on it in here for the next couple of days, I guess. I'm going to run out tomorrow and run out tomorrow morning, get some diesel fuel, last for a couple of days, and stock up on some food and stuff. But I don't know, every time I think it's going to be the last gasp of winter, they'll come up with the forecast at the end of the saying there's another thing's coming through, so some Alberta clipper or some shit. Anyway, I'll be back. Okay guys, welcome back. It's been about 3 or 4 days of real shit weather. It's been like 30 degrees or so for the last 3 or 4 days, and I just couldn't get much done. I come out here yesterday for a little bit and been working out here all day today. My heater, although I had the doors open, it's about 45 degrees now, but it's supposed to be about in the mid 60s for the next week at least. So I've been out here, got the kitty right there, puppy right here, fixing all the dents on this side. So I got this door here done, and that fender. Got the rest of the roof done. Little dent that was up there that was extra. I blocked this down with 180 a little bit. That's some of the self-etching primer I put on the lid. I put some body filler on there and smoothed it out on both sides. Right here, just to smooth that factory seam a little bit. And then fixed the dents here. Oh, I need to block that a little bit better. I don't use spot putty, I use Bondo instead of spot putty, so I filled in a couple little pinholes. And then I sprayed some, there's Kitty up here to inspect. What you doing, Kitty? Then I sprayed some rust neutralizer up here. Again, because, anyway. So anyway, I'm fixing to prime it. Next video we'll get the this door, this fender, and the hood, and the cowl. Take that off. Well, that's just sitting there. It's not mounted. Take that off and strip it. And just leave the top of the fenders when I do the hood. Okay, show you a few things I got. This is the air cleaner here. I painted it. It's kind of dusty and stuff. But here's the factory air cleaner. I originally got the wrong one. Guy at AutoZone gave me the wrong one, and then I went back there to get 2 of them because, like I said, you can't flip these. Some guy posted, "Oh, flip it." No, you can't flip it. There's no, you know. So I got the right air cleaner, then I found this one. And this one, this is what I wanted. So then we put that on there, and then the air cleaner. Then you got lots of area for the air to come in. I just have to get a taller bolt there, but I think I got one of them. Okay, after I'm fixing to prime this, and I'll come back and show you. After that, I'm going to add in a clip of the coil spring deal I did on the Chevelle. These just came in. These are, I'm going to try these on the different coils I put on there to raise it up 2 inches. If that don't work, I'm going to take those other coils, cut them down a couple inches and put them back in. Let that come in. Here's some hood struts for the 85 Camaro. I'll put them on there. I'll probably show all that next video. And I bought some little cans of Pour 15 because I just got little areas to do. Mainly I got the back bumper brackets and stuff to do. And I bought some 180 DA paper. It's 100 roll. So I think it's like 26 bucks or something. So anyway, that's a little load of stuff I got in. Okay, so I'm going to prime this. I got to put the wheel covers on. So yeah, I just been skimming a little bit of Bondo, skim it, block it, well, sand it, then block it, and keep doing that. And if you're wondering how much Bondo I've used on this whole car, if you've been following along, you know, I fixed both quarter panels and the trunk and the back tail panel. It's only about a gallon. Still got a little bit left in that gallon there. So it's, you know, it might look like a lot, but it's really not. And I conserve it by just, instead of putting it all on there, a bunch of it at once, so I'll put a little skim and sand it, little skim. So anyway, yeah, it shouldn't take much more to do. Well, we don't know. The next video, the other door, just like this one, it looked straight to begin with, but no, it was all full of those. I had to take it all out. The other door and fender, I don't know what it's. We'll find out next video. But anyway, I'll come back when I get this primed, and then we'll wrap this video up. Okay, guys, got about 2 good coats of epoxy primer on there. Puppy wants to play with the ball. And hopefully Kitty won't jump up on the roof. She was on the roof earlier. Okay, so yeah, all the body work's done on those 3 panels. So if you wanted, you can put a black, like I did on here, a black guide coat. So when you final sand it, you can see all the little scratches and pinholes and stuff. I'll probably do that later. And probably next video or the video after, I'll show you when I block down these areas here, and you'll see the black. Keep blocking it and you'll see the high and low spots. Well, there won't be any, but just in case you have any, that black will show up, higher low spots, pinholes, deep scratches, and then you'll have to sand them out and either put spot putty or primer, more primer on them. So anyway, like I said, next video, I think we'll finish up all the body work on it. This door, this fender, the hood, cowl, and all that. It's supposed to be in the 60s all next week. Okay, so yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Bottom right hand corner of the screen is a subscribe button. Just click that. I want to welcome all the new viewers. I don't know where y'all coming from, but it looks like the watch hours and the views and everything has doubled in the last month, but the YouTube pay sure hasn't. It's actually went down for some reason. I think I mentioned that before, January, February or something. All these ad companies renew contracts or something, or after Christmas type thing, they don't spend the money. So anyway, maybe it'll pick up. But yeah, welcome all you new viewers there. We're going all the way with this. We're gonna paint her hugger orange, so stay tuned. I don't know exactly how long it'll take me. I'm gonna do some little work in the meantime on some other cars, but you know, a couple weeks, a month, something like that, depends on the weather. We'll get her all painted orange and start putting all the new trim and lights and emblems and stuff back on it. Make her look like a new car. So yeah, stay tuned for all that. So I'm going to add that clip in at the end here about the coil springs there for the Malibu if you want to watch that. Spent a bunch of time messing around with that, but okay, so yeah, last few days have been crappy and just been watching TV. Well, not really TV, watching mostly internet news stations from Germany and France. 24 is kind of like the CNN of France and Germany and some of India. So the wars broke out in Ukraine, so if y'all religious or not, say a prayer for Ukraine, and hopefully it'll be a special place in hell for Putin. Hopefully NATO will keep them from taking the rest of Europe like Hitler did. I just had my uncle die yesterday. He's 96 years old, from Poland. I'm not from Poland, he's not related to me that way. But during World War II, he had all his brothers and most of his family slaughtered. And I can't remember if it was from the Nazis or the Russians coming in. I think they got it from both sides. But it's a hell of a thing to live with all your family slaughtered by that. So, like I said, say a prayer for the Ukrainians, and hopefully NATO will keep them at bay. Okay, we'll see y'all next video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Okay, guys, I want to go over the Chevelle a little bit. I've been working on that. As you can see, the ass end is down a lot lower. Okay, these, I believe, are the stock rear springs that were originally in it when I got the car. Of course, the car was in pieces, so I'm guessing those are for the car originally. Now, these are what was in it that was keeping it sitting really high. In fact, 4 inches taller than it is now. I measured from the ground to the wheel well, and it's now 4 inches lower than it was. And I think, you know, it looks normal, but I want the ass end up a little bit. So these are ones, this one here has been cut, but these what were in it, and I'm pretty sure these are front springs off of something, because you can tell these here original ones are really skinny, and you can press them down. These ones are really thick and they barely even move, so that's what was giving it a very stiff ride. So you can see here, this is about, oh, I don't know, 2 inches shorter. But when you put these in, then you set the weight of the car down, then it goes down 4 inches from this. Okay, so I tried to round up some more. I had 2 sets of these from 93 to 02 Camaro Firebird. And these are a little bit skinnier. See what the little perch that these sit on the rear end, and then this goes up on the body. It's not straight up and down, it's kind of curved like that, so they kind of bend. So this was almost touching the frame, or the body of the car here, almost. So anyway, I used these ones out of the Camaro. They're skinnier, and they don't hit nothing or look like they're gonna hit. Then these ones, see, these look about an inch or so taller, almost, or maybe about an inch shorter than these big thick ones. So I put a set of these in there, and you set these, same thing happened. It just sits like that. So that's what's in there right now, is a set like this. Okay, now I thought about cutting cutting this down a couple inches. And also what I got in there, I had nothing, no rubber insulator or nothing on these big springs here. They look something like this, except they're, oh shit, they're about 2 inches thick. I had nothing on here. This was hitting the bare metal. When I put these ones in there, I put these insulator things on there, and even with that, it's plopped it down 4 inches from what it was with this one. Okay, so in and out with all them ones. Took me, you know, half the day of screwing around with this. And I'm now, the other problem I had with it is I got shock extenders on there, because when these were on there, the shocks were extended all the way, and it was just, it would like bang. The shocks weren't doing anything. It was too stiff. So at the time, a year or so ago, when I had a helper working for me, I bought these, I think they're 3-inch extensions that go on top of the shocks. Well, those things were all loose. They weren't even tight. They were just banging around. So when I test drove it, it was too stiff because of this, and it was banging around because of them shock extenders. So I tightened up the shock extenders. I put in a set of these with the rubber thing, and I got a little rubber type. I had a set of these rubber ones here that go on the bottom, and put them on there. So I had this little thing on there, about 1 inch or 2, big one on the other end, and it's still not tall enough. It just squats right down. So I'm about out of options, and oh, I did take it for a test drive. It drove really good. Drove real smooth, no noises or nothing on the back. So, but it just, get back here a little bit. It just looks too normal level. And I like the ass end up in the back a little bit. So what I would like it is about 2 inches tall. So I'm running out of options, so I bought those from eBay. They're little coil spacer lifter things, and you stick them in here and you adjust them. Because see, when I had the car jacked up and you let the weight of the car down, these things just go right down about half of what they are now. See, these big ones wouldn't. So I bought these little steel adjustable things that will keep. I bought 4 of them. You put one like in here and one in down here, keep them even, so it won't sit as low. They said it raises it up 2 inches, or 2.5 inches. So I'll wait for them. I'll put them on there. I know a lot of people and stuff say that, oh, they're no good or loose handling or whatever, but I'm out of options, guys. I mean, you know, my only option is to cut these ones down, but I think it'd be too stiff of a ride with them on there. So I'm pretty much out of options other than trying to find some springs like this that are 4 inches taller. So when it goes down, it would go only down 2 inches. I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to leave that for now. The other problem I had is this damn speedometer. The speedometer will start working, and all of a sudden it'll just make a really horrible noise, and it'll start just going, flipping around and just grinding and stuff. And I'm pretty sure it's a new cable on there. So it must be the speedometer itself. I'm pretty sure I got another speedometer, but I'm going to take it apart and spray some WD-40 down in the cable and back into the speedometer itself. I'll see if that works. Other than that, like I said, it rides a lot better. I'm just gonna try to eyeball this front end and everything. So anyway, that's what I was messing with yesterday, and fixing to get some more stuff done today. So this is going to sit for a while till I get them little coil things in there whenever they come in. So I'll be back.